Hello everybody, welcome back to Road to Master. Hope you're all having an amazing day. We're starting off with the black pieces against a 2058 from Morocco. Let's go with a modern, see what we get. Apparently a King's Indian. Anyway, yeah, I'm looking forward to this. A good King's Indian, a normal classical King's Indian will be fun. I played against the fianchetto line in this tournament I've just played at. Okay, fair enough. I guess we're playing against the fianchetto line again. Let's see if I actually learn anything from my game. Probably not. Probably not, to be honest. Let's push c5 straight away. Apparently this is called the King's Indian Defense, fianchetto, Yugoslav variation, the rare line. I don't know what makes it rare. Depends how it's cooked, I guess. That's a terrible joke. That's a steak-based joke for you all. They decide not to trade off, which I don't think is good. That can't be a good thing, right? We've got knight b4 threatening stuff. They go a4, which is a reasonable alternative, I guess. We do have a knight d4 though, which I think is a good move. After knight takes, pawn takes, then we can think about an a5 as well. So I'll go with that. I don't see anything particularly wrong with that. This is a strong bishop, I will admit, but I don't think it's the end of the world. We can kick this knight out, and the knight's getting trapped as well, by the way. We could have just trapped the knight straight away with an a6, but I'm not that smart. I'm really not that smart. They have to be careful. A4 is probably the correct move, right? And then the knight back. We have to be doing well here. We've got a bishop f5. They've still not castled, so I'd like to get rid of their castling. We've got a d3 as well, with a queen up, queen takes, bishop takes, threatening this pawn potentially. We can look for an e4, rook e1, e3 potentially, although we've got to be careful of this bishop, so maybe throwing a knight move first. That's a lot of moves I've just gone through in my head. Whether they work or not is another question. Let's just win this knight. I think let's just win this knight is a good reply, really. That's an interesting line, but then surely we go bishop d6, right? Bishop g6 pins the knight to the queen. And everything's good, right? The knight's still not going anywhere. Yeah, I think that still is good for us. Bishop takes is interesting, but I think we still just take this knight. And after queen takes, we just win the win two pieces for the rook. Is it? And then we win this bishop. They can't win the pawn. Sorry, they can't castle because of our bishop. We do have the bishop pair against the rook. Very interesting imbalance there. We glossed over that trade very, very quickly, by the way. So I'll go over that. I'll make a point of going over that in the analysis, I guess. We've got to be a bit wary of these two pawns. Could potentially cause a problem. I think they let us in a bit there with f3. Yeah, I think this was good there, basically. I'm going to play a d4 as well, with the idea of bishop to d4 check. D3, sorry. And the bishop can't block. If they go bishop e3 straight away, I probably would have thought about taking that and just giving us the bishop pair versus the rook. We can go a rook e8 here with check, right? Threatening borderline checkmate, I think. I think he's just good, right? And then we look for even a d2 push, trapping the bishop. This is very scary for black. This is very, very scary. Oh, for white, sorry. My bishops are just raining hell over there. That's an interesting move with the escape square there for the bishop. I'm still going to throw in this check. There you go there. That can't be right. Maybe it's not bad. Maybe it's not bad. Okay, how do we win this? How do we win this? Because this has got to be winning, right? It just has to be. There's no world this isn't winning. Okay. Their bishop takes, their rook takes is irritating. But then we have a knight e3, surely. Works. With the threat of push, rook takes. And then we have 2 pieces for the rook. Yes, no? Let me think about that one more time. D2, bishop there, takes, rook takes, knight e3, right? Oh, do we not just have a knight c3 straight away? No, because rook there, bishop takes is annoying. So push there. Takes, rook takes, knight there. Rook back. No, but rook back, bishop there, right? Oh, but then you've got to worry about these 2 passed pawns. Then you have to worry about the passed pawns. Can we just do a bishop a4 then? A bishop a4 and just push straight away? Bishop a4, pawn push, bishop there, there. Oh, and then you push, and then bishop takes, rook takes there. The bishop covers the rook afterwards. So you go there. Say they try like a b5. Bishop there is interesting. Or bishop h6 even better, I think. There. I mean, no, that has to be winning, right? There is no world where that's not winning. There, push, rook. There, push. There, sorry. Push. I think he's just fine, right? Say they waste a move somehow. So there, push, rook there is interesting. No, but rook there we just take. Rook takes. No, you can't even go rook there because the pawn. What am I on about? Okay, so rook somewhere. Yes, rook. This rook moves because otherwise we got knight c3. Then we go there. And then we're threatening rook there. Yes, this works, right? This works. I didn't calculate b5. I think b5 works because we have push. Bishop there takes, rook takes, push. To queen, takes, bishop takes. Rook back. Bishop there. push. Rook there, push there. I think works. I don't know, but I think it works. We will surely find out, though. They actually go bishop there, which is super cool. Their bishop takes is something we have to consider. But I think this is fine, right? I think we just push. Rook there. We probably go... Oh, they pushed the pawn as well. Wow. But then we have knight there. Push the pawn. Wow. There. Push the pawn is so interesting. But then... Oh, but they're threatening mate. Wow. What is happening? What about... No, but then... Oh, wow. Bishop there. Bishop there, rook there. No, but then push again. And we're fine. There, rook there. Push. Yeah, I think it's fine, right? If I mess this up, I'm going to be so annoyed. This is such an easy position to mess up, though, because of the mating threat. Which is why I thought bishop h6 was a good move. If they go there, then we take, rook takes, then we go bishop there, right? There. Bishop takes, knight takes. I thought this, and then takes, and then push. Oh, but then we just go back, right? They've gone there, and then we just push, right? There. Promote to queen. Takes, bishop takes. Works. Yes, I think that works, right? I mean, you have to take the queen. Surely, you have to take the queen. And the bishop covers c2 as a threat. Can't go there, there. It has to go back if it wants to keep the rook on the board. At which point we just go back here, right? I think. I think. Then you go there, and we have to go here. To stop the back rank mate. You go there, and we just take this pawn. We just take the pawn. We've got a intermezzo check if we need it. Which I'll throw in, because why not? Why not? They go up, and then we can force off some pieces. Okay, let's go there. Yeah, they can't push the pawn. We'll go there. And we're just trying to hit this, and then we win the rook. Thank you. And this should be relatively easy to win in time trouble. Like that. That'll do it. That was a really cool game. A lot of really interesting tactics. And we got plus 10 points for that one, which is insane. Yeah, really, really interesting game. I was a big fan of that. Let's have a look. Let's have a gander. What have we got here? Pretty early on win, really. Just, I think, that queen move, not ideal. 78.4% actually for white. I got 87.8. 2050 versus 2350. Yeah. My laptop froze for a second there. Start review. There we go. D4. So, yeah, we played like a modern, obviously. I'll go into the King's Indian if they're offering a King's Indian. And the fianchetto is not what I want to see. The reason I don't like the fianchetto to play against is because it basically, while it's still a King's Indian, it gets rid of everything King's Indian-y about it. It's basically not a King's Indian anymore. A lot of the same plans just don't work. And it's not nice. Basically, you get the downsides of the King's Indian, which is the lack of space. Because in the normal King's Indian, you trade off the space for a promising attack. So with this fianchetto variation, you basically have none of the space and none of the attack. And you've got to work around it. So we broke c5 early. And the reason I broke c5 early is because takes, I wouldn't mind queen trade, to be honest. This is a bit of an annoying bishop, but it's not the end of the world. And they don't trade off the queens. And this, I think, is an immediate mistake. The queen often does go to c2 in the fianchetto King's Indian. But when you've castled first, so you can get the rook on d1, and when the centre's a bit more close, so you have potential pushes with a kingside attack going. And then like time as well to potentially even break on the queen side. So we're immediately making that as a target. I thought this didn't work because of e4. At that point, you switch to g4. And I guess that's just quote-unquote provoked a weakness. You can threaten takes, which is actually really cool. Takes, and then knight there. So you've got rid of their strong bishop, which is a good thing, I think. Anyway, knight takes, pawn takes. We get the center. We get our space back in the center. And by the way, yeah, this does just win the knight. I was too quick to play e5 without noticing the threat. Luckily, they didn't either, and we just won the knight. This is a very interesting try. Pitting the pawn to the rook, which is undefended, by the way. But after bishop d7, not only are we pitting the knight to the queen, we're defending our rook with our queen in the process. And yeah, this is also interesting, counter-attacking the rook. Apparently you meant to go queen b8, which is insane to me. That doesn't make any sense. I guess you're attacking the bishop. After bishop takes, you're threatening this rook as well. With still the pin, I guess. We just took and traded off. And we are relatively even on material, which is strange. We're down a pawn, but we've basically got a free piece out of it, I think. It's a rook for 2 pieces, which I think is a good trade. I thought f3 was a mistake because I really want to get on the e3 square and be annoying. We pushed because we had this idea of bishop d4, further limiting our king, the white king, while activating our bishop at the same time. I thought this was potentially a good move, but then I think just rook takes is knight takes is nice. And then this is very solid. We have to be careful of these. But stuff's interesting. Apparently the check's even better. King back. Oh, but then this pawn's loose as well. They've got a lot of problems. They've got a lot of problems. Anyway, we get the king in. And we seriously do have to consider this. Because it is potentially easy to lose this pawn. Apparently the move is bishop d7. Oops, we've lost it. Bishop d7. Apparently the move. And I like this is obviously an attempt. Apparently you just go for the king. You forget about this pawn. And you just go for it, which is fair enough. It's not really my style. I guess it sort of is my style, but I guess you're looking for check maybe. But it just seems complicated when I could promote the pawn and win. I guess focusing on the pawn gave them a lot of chances with like back rank threats and the A and B pawn potentially pushing. So I'm arguing with the computer here. You know, the computer is right. But you know, it's a pass pawn. It's a pass pawn. We went bishop a4. The reason we went bishop a4 is to ultimately control this d1 square. Also sort of controlling the rook's escape on b3, but mostly to control this d square. Also stopping the a pawn being pushed. I felt it was a good move, and this is a great reply from them, creating so many threats I've got to be aware of. Luckily, we had this d2 idea, stopping the rook coming to c1, which would have been a massive problem for us. They pushed, which I thought was a great move, and luckily we found the best move of bishop d6. I want to have a look here how dangerous this is. Apparently not really at all. You can do a lot of things. But I thought this was the most clinical, just stopping that progress. The bishop's not particularly doing much on d4. We no longer need to control the b2 square. So you might as well use it to stop the pawn. Then we just promote, and this just tidies up because the bishop's controlling the rook there as well. Blah, blah, blah. We stop the back rank threats. And this is a pretty clean transition. We get the bishop there. And they just blunder the rook again, which is fun for us. With a nice little checkmate at the end. This is apparently a mate in 3. After bishop check, king goes down. Oh, king up and then either pawn. Or potentially even rook a5. Rook a5 they block though, so the pawns are just unstoppable. The bishop's cutting off the escape square. Yeah, it's a pretty nice mate. I do like ours though, with f5, g5, and then checkmate with the bishop on f2. That was a fun game. I really enjoyed that. It's nice to get a win against the fianchetto line because I really do not like it at all. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Please like if you liked, please subscribe if you really liked, and I'll catch you guys all tomorrow. Bye bye.